So it is just a random Tuesday, and I decided to make sort of an eclectic cuisine, well, sort of, grilled quails, and ironically I cook most of my red meats medium rare, my lamb medium rare, my pork medium well, burgers medium rare, but my quail I do like medium well to well. I'm not sure if you could eat it under that. It kind of resembles the dark meat of a chicken, but more lean and gamey, and maybe even duck-like when I do my duck medium rare. So it's actually an oddball that I do cook it this way, sort of Greek style, with just olive oil, lemon juice, oregano, salt, pepper, and then yeah, that being like sort of the basting marinade. With it, I wanted to have a Greek wine, a Greek white. So Chatzidakis from Santorini Familia to 2022 Assyrtiko. I was talking the other day about some of my favorite white wine, my favorite white varietals, and the big three is very easy for me: Chenin Blanc, Riesling, and Chardonnay, and Riesling quickly becoming maybe my favorite white, just for the amount of exposure between Alsace, mostly Alsace, some German, some Australian, and a ton of Finger Lakes. So that's kind of jading me in that regard. I'm really liking the way the Rieslings age. I kind of like that there's a slightly lower ABV, so they become more drinkable. You could drink a little bit more of it than maybe an overwhelming high alcohol California cab or a cab, but that does have a lot of age and tastes amazing. I feel like the Chardonnays become more butterscotch with a lot of age, and the Rieslings become more desiccated fruits. So add to that list Assyrtiko. Love this grape. Mostly out of Santorini is where I really prefer it. Chatzidakis is one of my favorite wineries. Another one is Tselepos. I absolutely love that one. Domaine Sigalas makes Assyrtiko as well. I have not had one in a while. I keep saying it. I think every time I have Chatzidakis, I'm going to get a Domaine Sigalas, and I just haven't. So this is very, very young. Assyrtiko can absolutely age. Their highest end Assyrtiko is this called Luros, and it's got a little bit of skin contact, and it's a little bit aged, and it's one of my favorite whites I've ever had. I have one bottle left. Unfortunately, it's starting to approach $90 to $100 a bottle, which is just a lot for a Greek white. Now, the quality is there. I will probably always attempt to have one in stock and open it for sort of a special occasion or a special meal. But maybe more similar to Riesling, razor sharp acidity, slightly lighter body, but these Chatzidakis ones have a little bit more body than maybe some other Assyrtikos I've had. It's frosting my glass, it's so cold. It did come out of the normal fridge, so it kind of needs to get a little bit warmer, maybe to about 50 degrees. But I think it'll be a really nice pairing with the lemon and the olive oil and the quail. Yeah, there is a little bit more body in this white, and it's the way they make it at this winery. It's got the lemon lime, but it's also got something like pineapple core. There's like a lemon curd thing going. Today I'm getting a little bit of star fruit, some persimmon. This thing is showing really well today. Acidity, razor sharp acidity, high acidity. So that's why this thing could really, really age. I don't remember the alcohol. It actually feels a little warming. Let's see what we got on this thing. 14%. Well, I wasn't wrong there. It is a big boy. That is a very high alcohol Assyrtiko without a doubt. So, and I could feel it, and maybe that's where some of the body is coming from, is the alcohol sensation. But even on the texture of the wine, it's probably got a little bit more stirring, or a little bit more lees contact so the dead yeast cells, which kind of adds a little texture to the wine, although it may sound kind of gross. So I'm certainly going to add this to my top one of the top white grape varietals, to include Chardonnay, Riesling, Chenin Blanc, and now Assyrtiko. I'm sure there's other white grapes that I do enjoy for sure. I'm still on the fence with Marsanne Roussanne, and I do have an aged Marsanne Roussanne from the Northern Rhone, which I can't wait to try. I believe I'm going to fall in love with that wine. Maybe not so much Marsanne Roussanne, but maybe that wine with the age and the maker. I'm looking through some bottles that are on my shelves, and I'm not seeing anything that's jumping out, because the majority of the wines I've saved that are white will be Chenin, Riesling, and Chard, and not Assyrtiko. So there's definitely a plethora of white wines around the world. I guess when I'm also looking into these aged wines, I think the ageability of these, and that these wines sometimes are being aged, is what really makes me gravitate towards it. Well, I'm going to enjoy this with my dinner. This could, I think quail could also go amazingly well with rosé. Possibly even better, because it's a darker meat, a darker white meat. So I think rosé might even go better as a pairing. I maybe wouldn't go with go with a solid dry rosé. There's some rosés now. Well, there's always been rosés that are age worthy. There's one on my list now, Chateau Simone, and unfortunately it's pretty expensive, and I've only seen it a few times. I've not purchased it yet. And then there's Clos Sabon, I think. That one I've had a few times and really, really enjoyed that out of Provence, and that's got some age on it. So rosé could really go well too. But for now, for tonight, I'm gonna drink it with this Assyrtiko's Familia 2022. This wine's about 36 to 38, so kind of an expensive white, but 14%, pretty darn good wine. Can't deny the quality. Have a good night.